What is up, YouTube? I am Reckless, and today's video I'm going to be playing Kill Confirmed on the new map Unearthed. It's actually the remake of Dome. If you're not aware of that, Dome was one of the more popular maps in Modern Warfare 3. I go 35 and 11, so it's a pretty decent gameplay. But I'm actually not going to talk about the gameplay today at all. What I'm going to be talking about is how I feel about the DLC and the type of DLC and the way we're receiving it here in Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm gonna kind of go back and forth throughout the video about things that I do like, things that I don't like, and these are mostly generalizations. I'm not gonna go into many specifics here, but I will say that right here you're gonna get a look at the new Seekers. They, of course, are the dynamic map element that you can get by completing a field order on this map. And that's definitely something that goes in my like column, is that in the original maps in Call of Duty Ghosts, there were only 4 that had a dynamic map element, and the rest just always awarded a random kill streak. Now, on every single DLC map that they've released so far, each one has had its own dynamic map element that somehow ties in with what's going on the map. And I think that that is really cool, honestly. It's something new. It's something to keep the game interesting. You may or may not get it. Of course, when they first release it, you get it more often. But then later they release a patch, so it becomes less likely that you'll get it. But I think that's pretty cool what they're doing. Where my questions start coming in, though, and I'm going to admit up front that I'm on the fence about this, is that some of them kind of seem a little off the wall. I mean, it's cool that you can. Okay, the Michael Myers on Fog was brilliant. I think that was absolutely brilliant because in my mind, Infinity Ward was always the one out of the 2 companies that tried to be too realistic, or it just seemed like they were trying too hard. And they had spec ops and single player and multiplayer, and all of them were just military shooter, while Treyarch had their zombies. Well, Infinity Ward kind of got the hint, and they, at least they're trying with extinction mode. But now they're putting in the Predator. I mean, like I said, Michael Myers was amazing because that whole map and the way everything tied in was cool. But now they're throwing in the Predator on the map Ruins. And then this one, I mean, I get that this ties in with the extinction mode, but it may be a little much. I mean, they took Dome, and like I said, it's definitely interesting, but aliens on Dome, I'm really on the fence. That's my question for you today, is how do you feel about, not the DLC. I know that the maps are questionable at best in the way they're laid out. The other ones, the ones that aren't remakes. But how do you feel about, the dynamic map elements? Leave your answers to that in the comments. But speaking of remakes, I do like that they are doing reimaginations rather than just bringing back the old maps. That is one thing that I kind of always felt like I got ripped off on in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, is that we got exact duplicates just with the current guns. I liked the way Treyarch did it, where they did the reimaginations of firing ranges, studio, etc. Nuketown obviously needed to be Nuketown, but they also had the Nuketown zombies, so that was cool in itself. But I enjoy the reimaginations better, so I don't feel ripped off whenever we get a reskinned map that's a fan favorite. The last thing I wanted to talk about here is how we are receiving the DLC. What I personally don't understand is why Infinity Ward releases DLC the way they do. Whenever we got Free Fall, I got the season pass, so I got it early. I played it 1 or 2 times and then never played it again because it was just in a mosh pit, and I cannot stand mosh pits. So now that it's available to everyone, every time I get on it, I just get slaughtered. I rarely even go positive because that map is so chaotic and I don't know it. So if you don't know what they're doing, they are releasing DLC, keeping it in its own playlist separate from all the other maps until they release the next DLC. And when they release that DLC, they put the old DLC into the current rotation of all of the normal maps. I don't like this because I personally thought that the last map pack that they released that had fog and the reimagination of Scrapyard and all that, I thought that that was an amazing DLC pack. And it's crazy that after this amount of time, I'm just now able to play it in the game mode that I prefer and not have to play a bunch of other game modes that I'm not wanting to play. I just don't know why they can't do it like Treyarch and make the DLC available to everyone in any game mode just a few days after it's released. So yeah, that's a general overview of how I feel about the DLC that's coming out. And I really do want to hear what you guys have to say about the questions that I asked in this video. How do you feel about the Predator and things like that? Is it too far, or is it what Call of Duty needs? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, because that's where they go, along with any constructive criticism, as this video is coming to an end. I would like to say thank you for watching. A like would always be appreciated, but if not, as always, that's cool. Leave a rating where you feel the video deserves, and if you're not subscribed and new to the channel, I hope you decide to stick around and click that subscribe button, because that would be awesome. As always, guys, this has been Reckless. If you can't take it easy, don't take it at all. Peace.